Alright, I'm going to see Drive Baby. And, Drive Baby. No, Baby Driver. I'm going to see Baby. Why did they call it? I feel like they should have called it Drive Baby. That sounds so much better. Anyway, I'm going to see Baby Driver, and I am super stoked for this movie. You have no idea. First of all, it's directed by probably one of my favorite directors in the business, and that is Edgar Wright. He directed other movies like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, which is one of my favorite movies, At World's End, which is also a great movie. What else did he direct? Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, very underrated movie. I was kind of really disappointed that that movie bombed. You are the reason I'm seeing this movie, Edgar Wright. If you're watching, you are the reason I'm seeing this movie. Love you, man. Your movies are fantastic. So, yeah, I literally don't know anything about this movie other than the fact that it's directed by Edgar Wright and the cast. I know the cast. Kevin Spacey. Love Kevin Spacey. He's a very talented actor. John Bernthal. Ever since he played the Punisher in Daredevil, he's always been he's been one of those actors that I've been looking out for and trying to watch more of, because there's a lot of talent there. I can tell. Who else is it? Jamie Foxx. Love Jamie Foxx. Django Unchained. Fantastic movie. I don't know if I've seen any other movies where the kid is in. I know the girl is from Cinderella, and I didn't really like her in that movie, but I don't know, maybe that was just the movie and not her. I'm kind of hoping. She seems fine in the trailers, like she's definitely playing her part well. But I haven't seen anything that the kid was in. I think he was in those Divergent movies, which I haven't seen yet. I don't know if he's any good in them. I've been told that he is pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in this movie. So yeah, honestly, that's pretty much all it is. All I know going in. So hopefully it's a good film. I wasn't planning on seeing it this year, and then I watched the trailers and I was like, oh no, I gotta go see this. So hopefully it lives up to the expectations. So yeah, anyway, I'm going in. Hopefully it's good. Drive Baby. Or Baby Driver. God damn it! I gotta stop calling it Drive Baby. It's Baby Driver. I'm going to see Baby Driver.
I'm in, baby.
These days, baby, you're gonna get blood on your hands.
Time to face the music.
Baby, we need to get out of here.
I have to end this. Are we in bed together now?
Baby.
Baby? Baby.
Alright, so I just got out of Drive Baby. Baby Driver. I keep calling it that. What can I say? It was pretty good. I don't know if I would say it lived up to the expectations. Maybe that's because my expectations for it were a little too high. But it's still a very competent film. It says something about Edgar Wright as a director, when even though I think this is his weakest film, I still think it is also a well-made and competent film. Part of what I think makes this film so good is due to his direction, and this film has all the Edgar Wright trappings, especially when it comes to editing. If you are looking to get into the business of editing movies for a living, this is a very good movie to watch and analyze and kind of see why this movie works. There's a lot of like fast-paced editing, but the film also knows when to slow down and take its time and have long shots. There's a lot of parallels between scenes that are joined together through similar looking frames, similar looking shots, and that's been a hallmark of Edgar Wright's films from the start. He's very big on fast-paced editing, where it's just like boom, cut to him putting the car into drive. Boom! Cut to him cranking the steering wheel. Boom! Cut to the tires spinning. A lot of close-up shots that are fastly cut together, and it really creates a great sense of intensity. And like one of the things like that I love about Edgar Wright as a director is that he clearly knows his craft. He knows what he's doing. There's a lot of shots in the film that speak for themselves, that tell a story, and that's the hallmark of a good movie. When you can, they say that a good movie you can watch with the sound off and still know what's going on, and this is definitely one of those films. For example, there's one shot that I wrote down. It's called the elevator shot, where all 5 characters are on the same shot. And every single personality is clearly on display. You have Kevin Spacey, who is in the middle of the frame. So obviously he's the center of this organization. You have Baby, who's in the back of the frame. So he's kind of like the guy that sits back and just minds his own business. You have the asshole in front of Baby, obviously being hovering over him in a sense. And he's a parallel shot, so he's not looking at the camera. And then you have the 2 other characters on the other side of the frame making out. These guys are obviously very passionate and loving to each other. All personalities on display in the same shot. That is good direction. Another good example of this is there's a great shot where Baby is talking to Deborah, he's talking to Deborah on the phone, and it's him in a door frame on the left-hand side of the frame. And obviously door frames, he's the only thing in the frame. The rest inside the room is completely blacked out, creating a sense of entrapment. So he's obviously trapped in this world, and that's what he's talking about on the phone to Deborah. But then it cuts to another shot. It's the exact same shot, except Deborah is on the right-hand side of the frame, and she is also stuck in a doorway. Both characters are entrapped, and they're talking to each other about their entrapment. Again, that is good direction. That is good direction. That is why I love Edgar Wright. He knows how to frame a shot. He knows how to tell a story with the camera. I love you, Edgar Wright. Even though I think this is probably one of your weakest films to date. I mean, it's no Hot Fuzz, it's no Shaun of the Dead, it's no At World's End, it's no Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Even though this is probably your weakest film to date, it is still a goddamn good movie, and you still put your all into it. And I love you, Edgar Wright. You're amazing. Amazing. Let's actually talk about some of the casting in this film. We'll start with the main kid, Baby. I didn't quite get his name. I forgot it. I forgot to write it down. But the main character, Baby. This is the first movie I think I've seen him in. Again, I haven't seen Divergent. Apparently he was in that. I know a lot of people that I've talked to who have seen movies with him in it apparently like him a lot and say that he's a very good actor. And I believe that after seeing this. He definitely does a very good job. I like his character, though. This kid has swag. And I say that in the sense that a lot of the times in frame he's dancing. He's moving around. He's got every single scene he's in, he's always got a bounce in his step. And I like that. It definitely makes him a more, as a character, it makes him pop a little bit more. And it makes him stand out against the rest of the world. And I also like that when he's out and about doing his own thing, he's bouncy, he's happy, he's dancing along. But when he's doing a heist, he's very quiet, still, and doesn't speak a lot. That's a nice little contrast there. One of the things that I wrote down, though, is that what I really liked about this film and what separates it from a lot of the other heist films that are out there is that it's not about Baby trying to leave. Most heist films are about that. It's about, okay, the final job where we can make enough money that we never have to do this again. But this film is more about pushing Baby and testing his patience. And I like that. I like that the very beginning of the film, people are like poking him and being like, what is he? Is he retarded? Or is he stupid? They're constantly undermining him. And you can tell that it just keeps kind of building up and building. People just keep kind of pushing this kid. And you're waiting for the moment when he pushes back. Because for most of the film, he just kind of takes it. You're waiting for that moment when he snaps. And when he does snap, oh boy, it was awesome. I loved it. I love that scene. I did not see it coming. And that's what I liked. I really liked it that I didn't see that coming. I'll say this about the film. Even though it follows a predictable formula, right around the second act, there is a scene where the heist crew members go to the diner that Deborah is working at. And everything from that scene afterwards, I had no idea where it was going. I had no clue where this film was going. 1 minute, like, this was a very good film at, like, making you think it's going in one direction, but then completely taking a U-turn and going in a completely different direction. And that happens throughout the entire film. Like, 1 minute I think, like, okay, this guy's gonna do this, and then, like, he's gonna be a complete dick about it, and, like, it completely, like, takes a left turn. It's like, oh, he's doing something I didn't see coming. Okay, that's interesting. Well, this guy's on Baby's side. He gets it, right? And then, like, a completely different, like, left turn. You're like, what? Whoa, what's going on here? This film was very good at subverting my expectations. And I love films that do that. Back on track to the casting. There really aren't any surprises with this cast. One of the things I was really disappointed about was I was actually kind of excited to see John Bernthal in this film. And he's barely in it. I was kind of disappointed that. And when he is in it, he's playing the stock character that he usually plays. The stock character he usually gets typecasted as. He's playing the jerk. And I don't know, it would have been kind of nice to see a little bit more of him. It's kind of a shame that he kind of just comes into the film and then literally leaves. I would have liked to see more of him. I liked Jamie Foxx's character. I like that you're never quite sure if he's insane or he's actually really clever. Because a lot of things he does, you think, oh wow, what an idiot, he shouldn't have done that. But then he explains it and you're like, oh wow, like maybe he's not an idiot. Maybe he kind of sees things that other people can't. And you know, he's also kind of a jerk, and he's mostly this film's main jerk. John Bernthal is kind of the build-up jerk to Jamie Foxx's character. Kevin Spacey, he's playing, you know, the typical Kevin Spacey role, the kind of master manipulator. That's the thing with this film, is there really, like I said, there really isn't any surprises from the cast. There wasn't like a surprise performance that I didn't see coming. Most of the actors in this film, they're playing characters that they're very familiar with, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, obviously, there's a reason we keep watching these characters over and over and over again. I didn't really have any problems with this film. It's a good film. The only real problem that I wrote down, honestly, kind of feels like a nitpick, and it's the opening credits. The film opens, a little bit of mild spoilers here, the film opens with Baby kind of dancing in his car and he's singing along to the music. And I felt like that should have been the time when the opening credits was going on. That's when, like, the actors, the director, the producers are showing up. And they didn't. They saved the opening credits for a scene where Baby's just kind of walking through town, and it kind of feels like a missed opportunity. But that, honestly, like I said, that's essentially a nitpick. There's nothing really. I'm not docking the film any points for that. Yeah, that's kind of all I wrote about this film. Would I recommend going see it in theaters? Probably not. There's not really a lot here that is like a spectacle. It's not like a Fast and Furious film where there's a lot of spectacle, large-scale spectacle that you can go see in theaters. This is more of a quieter, lower-budget kind of film. So, would I recommend going to see it in theaters? No, not really. But I would definitely recommend checking it out on DVD or in rentals or maybe like on a cheap night. It's definitely worth watching. That's for sure. There's a lot of good stuff in here, and once again, Edgar Wright, he hasn't failed to disappoint me yet. He is an incredibly talented director who knows what he's doing, and I love this movie. So yeah, that's my thoughts of Baby Driver, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to see more videos. I release new videos every Friday. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.